Howdy folks, Doc here with Last Best Tool, and I'm really worried that Klein is boiling the frog. And what I mean by that is pretty much every Klein tool on this side of the snap-on hammer is made overseas, made somewhere else. In the case of this, it happens to be made in Mexico, not overseas, just over the border. But the rest of them all seem to be overseas, mostly China, and that's their lighting, that's their audio, that's their diagnostics, that's their sensors, saws, knives, a lot of their screwdrivers, especially if they're multifunction, moisture sensor, etc., temperature sensor. Anyway, all that's overseas. What's not overseas? Well, some of their pliers. Beautiful needle nose, made in USA. This is one of my favorites right here. Great pair of strippers here. This one I've had forever. Classic, made in USA there. In fact, this has got my favorite USA logo. Look at that, made in USA, like right there. Super obvious. Klein, of course, is known as, the one that really pushed forth the lineman plier by, way back in 18 whatever, fixing a pair of pliers, 1857. This is a great pair of lineman pliers. This is one of my favorite Klein tools of all time. In fact, one of my favorite tools of all time, period. This is J2000-59, made in USA. It is a giant pair of cutters, side cutters. You can see how that compares to this lineman. I mean, it's right up there. Klein did a win with this. I'll put a link to it below if I can find it, but fabulous. But anyway, they've got a handful of pliers still made in America. I don't know if their screwdrivers are. I found this one in my box there. Right here it says made, get that into focus, made in USA. This is one of their kind of I don't know what these are called, spinning screwdrivers. This one's got a reversible tip. These are fabulous, especially if you don't have power or anything. Simple design. But anyway, if we look at this, I don't know where these scissors are made. I figured they were USA, but I'm not seeing it on here anywhere. Maybe somebody knows. Kind of disappointing there, so I'm putting them right in the middle. But otherwise, everything else over here is not made in America. So why I'm wondering if Klein is boiling the frog. Well, first of all, if you don't know, boiling the frog is kind of an analogy to putting a frog in water and then slowly raising the temperature, which you could measure with a Klein temperature probe, like this one here. Until the water's boiling and the frog never realizes that it's being boiled because the increase in temperature was so slow. Well, my kind of take on that to Klein now, obviously it's moved to a new big box store. If you look at where most of the Klein tools are made, whether that is their tool organization stuff, backpacks, etc., all their sensors, lighting, electronics, digital multimeters, a lot of the screwdrivers, knives, everything like that. It's all made overseas or occasionally Mexico. And what happens is Klein, as an iconic USA tool manufacturer, is slowly moving everything but maybe some of their core stuff over to other countries to build. Now I can actually understand that with a lot of electronics. It's like, well, I could, build it in America with 99% of overseas parts. Same with lighting, LEDs, although we do have some good LED manufacturers here. I worry that pretty soon Klein is going to be like Craftsman. And you probably saw my Craftsman video about whether, we should save it. I think we should put it on life support, don't put it on life support, simply because it's getting too confusing. It's an awkward relationship with the tool company. People are having trouble when they go into a place that carries Craftsman and trying to warranty something. It's all over the place. Let it die. Do not resuscitate Craftsman because it's too confusing. Nobody's going to do it right. It's had a great run. Lots of tool companies have come and gone. Sorry, but it's over. But I worry that Klein is headed in that direction. It's going to go so far overseas that we're going to lose maybe some of the core value of the Klein brand, especially, you know, with their essential tools. So I do worry that Klein, you need to make a clear distinction between your overseas and your American. Are you going to hang out here or not? If not, you know, admit it, you know, and move forward. Don't make us, you know, have to read the fine print on packaging to try to figure out where something's made. I'm glad you branded this, you know, made in Mexico. Lets me know. That's totally fine. But a lot of these others, nowhere on here does it say anything about where it is made. I know because I had the packaging originally. Unfortunately, I think that's going to create a problem in the future. And you're walking right into it. I have not had good luck doing any warranty replacement work with Klein. I do not respect them for that reason. I mean, I respect them for tools, but literally I have been on the phone with them running in circles. And now that I see this actually as a movement overseas, to me that's a drug. They're getting pulled in with the enamor of higher profits, you know, lower overall production costs. I get it with some of the electronics. It's a lot harder to do that in America. But what I do worry about is that you're just going to move the manufacturing of your best tools overseas. And it's going to happen slowly. Your employees aren't going to notice. You're boiling the frog. Anyway, that's what I'm thinking. Let me know what you think. I'm a little worried about Klein. You know, it's one of the last, you know, solid made in America companies for their, you know, serious hardware, but they are also no stranger to moving things overseas. So, Klein, don't boil the frog. And with that, Doc out.